Spanish language audio provided by Telemundo Deportes. Or watch tonight's game in Spanish on Universo. Geico proudly presents the Sunday Night Anthem.
A perfect Sunday night for football.
It's time to go to work.
We're gonna have to be aggressive. Dominate us, please.
In 3, 2, resolve.
I've been waiting all day for Sunday night. The turkey broth in a primetime fight. More than a game, it's everything's right. That's why we're waiting all day for a Sunday night. All right, what a night, it's finally here. Sunday night football's kicking into high gear. The stars have arrived, come on, get up and cheer. Hey Jack, it's a fact, the show's back in town. Rams and the Lions in a monster showdown. The stadium's rocking, time to crank up the sound. The NFL's best have come to play. Coast to coast, there's just one thing left to say. I've been waiting all day for a Sunday night. The turkey broth in a primetime fight. More than a game, it's everything's right. That's why we're waiting all day for a Sunday night.
That is unbelievable.
This is out of control in here.
Got it! What a play!
Waiting all day. Waiting all day for a Sunday
Harry Underwood is rocking, and so is downtown Detroit, like it did last year in the playoffs. We start the season inside raucous Ford Field, home of the NFC North champion, Detroit Lions. And their quarterback, Jared Goff, against the fellow #1 overall pick he was traded for, Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams. It's the season premiere of NBC's Sunday Night Football. Thanks for having us, Ed, Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth, Melissa Stark, season 19 of Sunday Night. We had the pleasure of being here last year for 2 playoff games. The Lions' first 2 home playoff wins in 32 years. They're still celebrating. Last year, it was about hope, but this year in Detroit, Chris, it's about expectation.
And nobody's laughing about the Lions going to the Super Bowl anymore. They were 30 agonizing minutes away just last year. But this year, they are so much more talented than what they were a season ago, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Do never underestimate these Detroit Lions.
The Rams won 7 of 8 to get into that wild card game here last year. They still have the offensive superstars, including Matthew Stafford, the ex-Lion, but they're missing one massive piece with the retirement of future Hall of Famer Aaron Donald.
Yeah, Aaron Donald's one of the best players I've seen at any position during the course of his career, and he's going to be missed out here, of course. So the burden now really falls on the offensive side. Matthew Stafford, who got so hot at the end of last year. Cooper Kupp, who's healthy now and should be right. And Puka Nacua, who had that incredible rookie season last year. It's going to be bombs away for the Rams.
It's going to be crazy in here again tonight. 1-point playoff game last year in the wild card. None of the same big names are on the field here in Detroit. The Lions and the Rams, what a way to start season 19 of Sunday Night Football on NBC.
NBC Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
I have never seen a receiver with more God-given ability than Calvin Johnson.
I spent a lot of time in this stadium, a lot of Sundays, a lot of memories.
What a play by Megatron!
But man, there was something different, something magical
This is out of control in here.
about those 2 nights in January last year.
Touchdown, Detroit!
Still gives me chills thinking about it now.
For the first time in 32 years!
We were 1 game from the Super Bowl. You realize I played a season here where we didn't even win 1 game?
And now there are no Sundays left. The first team in NFL history to go 0-16.
That's why the playoffs meant so much to all these people and this city. That's why it's so exciting that this feels like just the start. The next chapter kicks off with our old quarterback coming back to town for a little rematch.
This game means something extra to him.
The Detroit Lions, Super Bowl contenders, kicking off Sunday Night Football. Get used to the sound of that, America. And let them hear you, Detroit. Lions, Rams, let's play some ball.
Hall of Famer Calvin Johnson, the Lions' all-time leading receiver, the story of this night in Ford Field as we continue the NFL kickoff weekend presented by YouTube TV. Game 1 for the Rams and Lions. Melissa Stark, the Lions hope this year has one more game.
Yes, they do, Mike. Very high expectations for this team. Head coach Dan Campbell was asked in the offseason, is it Super Bowl or bust? He said, I see Super Bowl. I don't know what bust is. He told us on Friday, we know what the aspirations are, but there are steps you have to take to get there, and that starts with the Rams tonight. Wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown admitted it's hard not to look ahead to a potential Super Bowl when we were so close last year. But we know it's a week-by-week process. Defensive end Aiden Hutchinson, now entering his 3rd season, told us he remembers dark days for the Lions his rookie season when they started 1-6, but that it has been a steady rise since then. Adding, this success isn't a moment in time. We've drafted players that are the foundation of this organization and will be here a long time, Mike.
It's his 4th year, Melissa. 12 wins the first 2 years, 12 and the first division title for this franchise in 30 seasons last year. On the other side, it's Sean McVay, 38 years old, already his 8th year as the head coach. He's been to the playoffs 5 of the first 7 seasons. Lions won the toss and deferred, so they will kick it off to the Rams. Here's how this dynamic kickoff has played out today. Lowest in the NFL history, 22% returns. This week, including Thursday and Friday, a third of the kicks have been returned, and the average drive starts 5 yards better than it was under the previous rules. Lions have an NFL debut. First-year kicker Jake Bates set to kick it off. Former Michigan Wolverine Blake Corum and rookie Jordan Whittington back for L.A. Wild card matchup last year, won by Detroit by 1. Two teams with playoff aspirations begin 2024. It starts with a touchback. Rams will get it at the 30, and that means Matthew Stafford comes back to Ford Field.